has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Oh, we here. Believe it. Get excited. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, I said the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We have been doing this for 22 weeks, but we have been doing this for quite a few years. Welcome. You are now rocking with the dopest. You are now rocking with the greatest community in the world. Believe it. And we do this every Thursday, y'all. Oh my goodness. Do you know how excited I get to come in here and rock with y'all? Man, let's get to this, right? Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams, truly appreciate you. And you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe. We're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right, so we'd like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs, the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, and Brown University for featuring our hosting our online events. You can, oh, there it goes. All right, you can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be, because that cat's dope, and he's all over the place. Believe it. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T in Elemental, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on, folks. Trust and believe. Plug in. Tonight's theme, classic movies, the cinema. So for me, right, this was really about all those quotes and things that I love to put in my music, in my poetry and everything. All those things, all those people, those personas, right? And even the cinema, right? How did it impact your creativity and what you know of the screen, right? However, your artistry does not have to be on theme this evening for you to share it. We are still looking forward to hearing all of your genius. Next week's theme, the cost of a penny. Your 2 cents. Your 2 cents on what? You step up to the wishing well and you give it your 2 cents. You step up to the microphone and you give it your 2 cents. How much is your 2 cents worth? That's what we're going to be looking at next week, folks. All right. So we are going into the summer full-fledged, full charge. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your performance. So please turn your cameras on. Have your art ready as you're getting ready to rip and you're getting ready to do exactly what you do in all of its beautiful brilliance. Please have your art ready. If you're playing music, which some of our resident musicians will, make sure you have on your original sound for musicians. All right. And also make sure you are playing original music. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So please make sure your music is original and you have on your original sound and set for musicians, and we are good to go. You got 3 minutes to rock. All right, 30-second intro. Let these folks know where they can find you, how they can connect with all the incredible things and notes that you do. All right, and then 3 minutes to rock. Please keep in mind there are folks at the end of the list. Plus, there's a good luck round. All right, so keep it somewhat tight. We have reached night 30 for the babies, folks. Oh my goodness. There are some explicit lyricists in our community, all right? Some may even bring about some very triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship. What we do is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a piece of who they are, they bleed on this microphone for all of us. You will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with our community. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. Share all of that energy, and it will be returned to you in the performance of each and every member of our community. Trust. The guaranteed list tonight is closed. Sign up begins 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sign up. You go to Nuyorican.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need a RSVP ticket. It's the only way that you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they do not populate until 24 hours before the show. Make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. Happens every Monday night. Yo, it gets down. I'm telling you. Hosted by J. Rose and Luna Rosa. I'm telling you, it is going down in that space. Also, the open mic at the Lower East Side Center, hosted by Soul Preem, goes down. The Lower East Side Festival is coming up. All right, next week. Week after, right? May 26th, it's going down. It said rain or shine, baby. It's going down. Believe it. And Final Friday Slam, right? Hosted by the one and only Tony McPherson, right? Featuring Amanda Shea. Sounds by DJ Luna Rosa, right? And also the Nuyorican Slam team is back in the building. Yo, going to represent at Nationals. It's going down. You see some familiar faces on there that's going to get down at the send-off. Storm God's in the building. It's going to be incredible. Tonight's list, look at all these incredible poets who came to get down, and we are going to get it started. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? I see some great faces. I see some familiar folks. I see the people who I love to see every Thursday night, right? The pillars of our community who make it do what it does. Some people do this. We do this. So let's get to it. As I am posting the list in the chat, you will notice that I have made some changes because some of our community members were not able to make it this evening. I will shout them out. But as we're getting started, you will see that there are some changes to the list. So let's get started. Coming up first, our resident blacksmith in the building, always ready to do what he does. I'm telling you, his pen is always sharp because his words are always felt. Mr. Lighthouse Writer himself, the one and only Michael Sindler in the building. It is always great to see you, sir. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please set us off this evening.
Hey, always great to see you. Always great to see everybody here, and glad to know that there are people out there on YouTube, whether it's right now live or whether they're coming in later and watching, because it is such a blessing that this is archived for who knows when, who knows why, and who knows where. And that is why I'm going to go ahead and put this up like I always do for lighthousewriters.org. Great organization, does all kinds of things for all kinds of writers. And I just really want to say that they're having their annual Lit Fest, which is an amazing, amazing event coming up the 7th through the 14th of next month. And there are still classes and things that are available as far as virtual events, but a lot of those classes are filling up very, 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 very quickly. And so you should take a look at it as quickly as you can and see if there isn't something that might really strike you. And there will be things like every evening that are free, that are virtual, that are really well worth watching. That being said, I really didn't go for the theme, the whole film thing. The only poem I have that's strictly film related is about 40 something years old, and I just wasn't ready to pull that one out. So I'm going to pull this one out about my biggest pet peeve in the entire world. It's a Ringa. I'm writing a lot of Ringas these days. Okay. It's called Priorities. I hear the siren blocks away on rain slick road, closer each second. Watch as drivers move to side, except one total asshole. He's more important, must get through intersection, has somewhere to be. What's a potential life save compared to his convenience? EMT swerving, water puddle turns to wave, ambulance and arc sailing patient to safety. While jerk curses his bad luck caught by next red light, his extra 5 seconds lost. Then, even better, police car pulls him over and gives him a ticket. Beautiful moment. Red face scowl under blue light, a pretty penny and some points off a license. I could weep with happiness. Yeah, I really, 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 really hate it when I see people not let emergency vehicles go through. Just the most selfish thing in the world. And this one is called Just Desserts. You said you do not love me. I knew I did, but didn't know how to do it right. You said you were leaving. I felt like someone had dimmed the light. I stumbled into darkness, hurting myself and still hurting you. You said I did not listen. I heard the words, but didn't get the clue, didn't get how much it meant to you. I knew you had a point, but when it stabbed me, all I felt was hurt. I set my own table. It's only right I'm forced to eat my just desserts. And last, a tanka called Searching Sidewalk. Yawning like Hotai, gray bus stop bodhisattva rises to the day, scratching button pop belly, searching sidewalk for a smoke. Okay. Once again, thanks everybody. Really looking forward to hearing all these other great poets.
Searching sidewalk for a smoke. Like, of all of that, like this dude does sets. He doesn't do poems. He does a whole set of poems every time I hear Michael Sandler, and it's always on point. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sandler.
Way to go, Michael. Way to
Always
go.
Michael, always
Nicely
worth it.
done, as
Over and
always.
over. I never tire of your poetry.
Woo!
This is why I call this cat our resident blacksmith, right? Because you could just hear the hammer slamming, right? You can hear the fire, just I appreciate what you do, sir. And this dude is a true master of form. True indeed. I mean, he happens to be a beat poet laureate. Like, this dude is not a slouch. I mean, he gave us a ringa this evening and a tonka. Right? What's a potential life saved compared to his convenience? Like, come on. Really? Like, really, your life is just so much more important, right? And just desserts, you said, I knew I did. I didn't know how to do it right. Like, I knew you had a point, but when it stabbed me, I knew you had a point. I knew it, but when it stabbed me, bleeding. Man, I always love how much texture you put in your poetry. You always tinker with it in such a way that it strikes vital points. I appreciate you, sir. Every time you do what you do. Thank you for being the mainstay, for setting us off this evening. Truly appreciate you. Starship's underway, folks. Let's get it all the way cracking off. Look, coming up next, Mr. Rhyme, who's always right on time. And I'm telling you, he never misses, right? I don't know how he does it, but he does. The one and only Poetastic in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Eddie. It is always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
And it's always great to see you too. Thank you for making us feel red, then blue. Thank you for pushing on through. Remember that we love you. All right. My name is Ed Poetastic, fantastic. Please tell me to join my rhyme for office supply if you want to know more information in chat. So you know where it's at. Okay. I have two short poems. This is a short one. This is called The Joys of Movies. Horror movies gives me fears. Sad movies give me tears. Funny movies make me a snickerer. Action movies make me a practitioner. Thriller movies makes me a screamer. Suspense movies makes me a thinker. A romance movies makes me a dreamer. A drama movies make me a whisperer. An animated movies make me a lover. A Disney movie makes me a smiler. Movies are magnificent gifts to the eyes. Come to the theaters and enjoy the surprise. Thank you. And I got this other one. This is called Life is a Movie by Nuyorican Poets. Unlike a moving picture that we watch, life itself is a movie full of scenes. Then every action, paces, and frames, and every adventures and events. A film rolling in real or in real, the hurting truth we all witness and feel. A movie starts showing names on the screen of the film outfit and the actors playing. We come to life and to our parents we born, giving a name we use for birth until grown. The picture runs when the projector's on, as we come to life upon conception. As the story unfolds, there were some twists, like as we grow, there were perplexities. At all times, we turn to our creator and the films guided by its director. Life is like a movie with scantiness, an envious friend who cares and later betray, a lover, a paramour, and a foe, furnishing a share to life or to a play. The protagonist fighting to survive. Amidst the tragic occurrence, he fights, and in an entertaining scene, he laughs, and crying and sorrows are one depart. Life is like a movie that starts and ends, and of all times for protagonists defends. Thank you.
Oh, yo, I'm telling you, I told you what this dude does, and I'm telling you, I told you he never misses. Unmute yourself, give it up for Poetastic.
That was delightful, Eddie. I love that one. That's my new
Yeah,
favorite.
that was very cool,
I
man.
loved it.
Just,
You really got a really good grasp on everything cinematic. Beautiful.
yeah, I agree. Just the blend, what's real and what's imagined and what's crafted. Very good.
Thank you. Woo!
That dude is so committed to what he does. I'm telling you. Eddie Foreman. Make sure you plug in with Eddie. I love Eddie, for real. And I tell him all the time, man. I'm so thankful that you stay committed to who you are and what you do. For real. For real. Hey, and hello, world. What's good, Maze? We'll get there. All right. Coming up next. Oh, yeah, brother. Host of the Slam Jam, brother. This might as well be a guaranteed cage match, brother, because you have no idea what's coming at you. It could be a table, it could be a ladder, it could be a chair. I guarantee you, though, the air up there is always doper when you got Dre Reyes in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, what's happening, Elemental? And what's happening, Nuyorican Poets Cafe? Yeah. So yeah, as you heard, my name's Dre Reyes. I am a host of the Slam Jam. It's gonna be a weekly episodic thing happening every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're familiar with Open Minds, Open Mic, it's gonna be the same chat room that they have. Zoom room 781-227-9234. I'm gonna post that on the chat a little later on. But anyway, let's get on to the poetry because I got a long poem and I'm trying to be considerate of other people. So let's see here. I don't know if I read this here before. Maybe I had like an earlier version. It's called Pipe Bomb. In someone else's hands, this may just be a microphone, but in my hands, this is a pipe bomb. As you sit as comfortably as you can possibly be, I want you to listen to me because I have a lot of things to get off my chest. Life is like professional wrestling. You may start off with a shine, but life has a way of cutting you off, pouring the heat on while you try to fire it back up, constantly in a seesaw battle of spiritual momentum. Life is the greatest act of improv that we know. I put on act everywhere I go. After 12 years of wrestling in front of crowds, I've become an expert on working the crowd. My happy disposition is a false advertisement. I may look like I am made of oak, but inside, I am a weeping willow. With every breath I take, I exhale an apocalypse. I may look like someone who has their shit together, but heaven knows I am miserable now, feeling spiritual erosion in the area of that weird throbbing thing in my chest. I don't know why people say to listen to that weird throbbing thing in your chest like it was some kind of oracle or compass of the soul. They didn't tell y'all that weird throbbing thing in your chest is nothing but a muscle that pumps blood throughout the body and not some magical fortune cookie that we crack again and again and again, and as we search for answers that are better left unanswered, bordering in the realm of insanity, expecting a different result each time. They didn't tell y'all that weird throbbing thing in your chest corrupts the mind and all sense of logic. That thing is a trolling piece of shit liar. If I had a dime for every time I put my heart on the line and come up empty-handed, I would have a whole bunch of dimes. Enough dimes to fill up a sock and go hunting with. Enough dimes to furnish a mansion with. Enough dimes to fill up the Grand Canyon. Well, hypothetically, of course. Assuming I could possibly be a billionaire with the right guidance of Bitcoin, then cash out all those dimes and line up, then load up all those dimes into confetti cannons and make it hail over me like I'm some kind of self-pain making rainmaker. When it comes to falling short, I stand tall, dwarfing giants. I am the best in the world. If heartbreak was a sport, I'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer, voted in unanimously by the pity committee, and I would have a special personalized statue of me next to a statue of Mr. T, only for the sole purpose to demonstrate Mr. T pitying a fool for educational and motivational purposes, to instruct y'all to stay on the right path, or you'll end up like me. Please don't pity me. Hi, Mr. T. On second thought, maybe I might even make it onto a textbook. And a whole new generation can learn and prevent themselves from making the same mistakes that made me the clown prince of childhood and adulthood through mass distribution to every elementary school nationwide, teaching them early. I guess that's cool, right? Teaching the future to not be quite the fuck up I am, right? Preventing more versions of me so they have a better quality of life, right? Isn't that noble, America? Do I have your attention now? Who's keeping score? Fuck you, Baltimore. You know, I don't know why I just said that, but it felt good to just do so. Kind of like any impulse decision I make, which is pretty much all the decisions I make. Could someone please hack into my mind and shut the damn thing off? I am surprised my wallet hasn't pulled out a Glock on me and turned off the safety lock, or a bitch slapped me smart to stop me from making any more tragedies. And for the record, I have nothing against Baltimore. I love the Ravens, and Captain Yards holds a special place in my heart. However, thank you yet again, ADHD, for straying me away from the point of this disclosure. I gave no consent to be living here, and at times I wish I was brave enough to give myself consent to end it. However, this is not how I'm going to finish my story. There is so much more to life that hasn't been experienced yet. So many chapters to be written, so many memories to be had, hopefully some positive ones. Therefore, I am compelled to endure the gauntlet and see what kind of mutation I become. Yeah, I want to drown into the ooze that birthed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and kick ass and eat pizza every day, a minute. That sounds fucking awesome. That's actually what I had since I was 3 years old. The idea of not being human had such a strong level of attraction for me and still does today. If you were looking to get advice from me, please don't. Unless you're into spiritual sadism, don't worry. I don't kink shame. I can relate. On second thought, maybe I can teach y'all a thing or two about what it's like to shut off your emotions after self-inflicted wounds to the spirit, what to do when your heart has been through enough malice that makes you emotionally callous, and most importantly, what to do and what not to do when coping with unrequited feelings and how to properly dispose them. If life was a dance floor, I wouldn't know what to do because nothing feels right anymore. This isn't my vibe. I don't want to be on this floor anymore. My feet have lost the rhythm and the heart to do so, but you will learn a lot from me. So much that maybe I could be a damn professor, a PhD in emotional catastrophe. I can have students break the internet enrolling for my classes due to popular demand. I can tour the world and give TED Talks, giving rave reviews from audiences worldwide. Establish enough income to seclude myself from society in record time, as if I was establishing a Kickstarter for loneliness. Was all this pain worth it? Maybe we could scrap the crypto scheme, but you never know. Let's exploit pain into profit, kind of like professional wrestling. Holy moly. Holy shit. I'm surprised this wasn't some wicked awesome scheme that was written in a Ren and Stimpy episode, but The Simpsons probably did it. Hold up. Excuse me. I am getting word now from my contact located in Southport, Colorado, that The Simpsons did, in fact, do it. Of course, no one can be original anymore. Anyways, if this money-making scheme works, I don't want to spend 10 years working at a nonprofit job to erase my student loan debt. I don't want to open up a flea market consisting of a pile of empty Mrs. Butterworth's jars, all the commemorative fast food chain glasses and cups I've accumulated over the past 62 years, and my finely crafted trinkets made of glued together plywood, burlap, driftwood, and shells. I'll explain the time travel another day. Right now, I just got to figure out a way to relay my hurt into healing and make it rain from a world of pain. Call me Rainmaker of Wisdom. I laughed hard in the face of adversity, puked my brains out like I laughed so hard in the face of adversity, I puked my brains out like a college jock fuckboy who couldn't handle their drink. I have done the gritty through the baptism of fire and did the worm with floors covered in the shattered glass of my broken dreams, loving every millisecond of the pain because it reminds me if I can bleed, I can feel. And if I can feel, I can heal. I have spat in the face of God while punching Satan in the stupid face and kicking Wolfman in the nards. All this pain and trauma clearly affected more than just my memory. Perhaps the ability to read vibes, because I'm illiterate as fuck and can't afford the higher education. Perhaps the ability to feel pain and mistaking it for pleasure. Regardless, I don't recognize myself anymore. I either turned into a vampire or John Cena because I can't see myself in my own reflection. But I will eventually get that back. And hopefully I see myself in a different light. The only function now I know is go, and that is how I keep pushing on and not fading to black. I didn't go through the limbo line at Hell's Gate for fun. I came for the experience to remind me that to no good, I need to go through a whole lot of bad, thinking that at the end I will be gracious for the brief commercial breaks from life's dull programming that I wished I could unsubscribe from. My current mindset reminds me way too much of Mick Foley after an extensive career of deathmatch wrestling. I've been beaten, battered, and scarred, but I'll find a way to take more of a licking and keep on ticking and say, have a nice day, with a fake ass smile on my face. I'm used to that retail life. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I know how to hide it all in. Again, I have plenty of experience performing in and out of the ring. I have a Timex mindset that goes harder than a diamond mine. Yeah. And the only way I know to survive under any means necessary. That is the only way. Power to the people and power to the feeble. Shout out to Melvin Van Peebles, because I'm going to sing my own badass song from here on out. I'm Sweetback, motherfucker. I'm the one they've been talking about. Somehow, some way, I'll overcome whatever pain that comes my way. I guess the point of all this is to simply convey that this is not a cry for help. I don't want any pity, only harsh reality I need to embrace in the fashion of a mother towards a newborn. Life is the strangest story that we know. Don't be like me. I'm not okay, but I'm trying. And I'm trying to be resilient. And lastly, I'm sorry. Pipe bomb. Thank you.
Yo, that cat set it off from the jump. He said, in any other hand, this is a microphone. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre Reyes.
That was intense.
Dre
Reyes.
Too many truths, bro. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome job. Awesome job.
Yo, I love Dre Reyes' fearlessness when he comes to the microphone, man. Third eye got to get covered too, right? Like that dude he just does it. He just gives himself to his work like a wrestler gives himself to his craft, right? He called it a pipe bomb, right? In someone else's hand, this is a microphone. Life is the greatest act of improv I know. Yes. Right? Dramaturgy. I may look like an oak, he said, but inside I'm a weeping willow. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. I exhale an apocalypse, right? Searching for the answers better left unanswered. He said, enough dimes to fill up a sock and go hunting with. Not sure, sir. Let me know about that one. When it comes to falling short, I stand tall. That's heavy. Fourth and Giants, yeah. Who's keeping score? Right. I gave no consent to living here. I don't kink shame. See what kind of mutation I become. exploit pain from profit. He said Ren and Stimpy, like Ren and Stimpy was just like, I don't know, they were just something else. Ren and Stimpy were just something else. Doing the worm on the ground with shattered glass of my broken dreams. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's when you know. That's when you bleed for a reason. You know what I mean? The only function I know now is go. Ah. You mentioned Melvin Van Peebles also. Like that dude that's just work. That's just revolutionary work, man. For real. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Dre. Make sure you are plugging in with the Slam Jam that's going down. You might see some familiar faces in there. Got you, Jeff, no doubt. Coming up next, storytellers in the building. This incredible author, who I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry, continues to come through with his incredible storytelling ability and his just wicked wordplay. I'm telling you, the one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
What an epic wrestle it was. Hollywood serves spaghetti a la Western. An echo roughly means here or there, or here we go, as we say. But echo me means here I am. Echo me, echo me, echo me. I was born without a kiss. I grew up without a kiss I did not miss. Shell-shocked inside the morbid, deadly reality of trumpets, black boots, shock and awe, called a loser's loss by war. I joined up with Jeanne d'Arc, protecting her with salty peanuts, sweet popcorn, and a warm coke, until I ran out of tears, wetting my pants. I whistled a tune, echo, echo, echo me. Later in the years, I escaped into rock and roll and movie galore, where I got a stiff, living my first kiss. Hollywood smoochy style it is. I whistle Clint Eastwood's tune again and again. Echo, echo. First I did not know what to make of it. Yes, such was my innocence. Now educated by Hollywood's lines, where I learned what was good, where I was told the taste of a fuck. Echo, echo, echo. I mimicked phony tears and tin can laughter. Echo. Proudly I killed you with a single shot, whilst my ancient tree coughs its rugged bark at me. Do you remember? I'm here, I whistle the tune. Echo, 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 echo me. And I discarded the countless dead I had shot so carelessly. It was a lot. Echo, echo me, and here I am, uneducated, a pagan, a broken, happy man. And I believe in it all. I plagiarized behavior. I played every major role. I was the hero, and that every time, just for a moment, and that was, so for minutes, just my fine line. Echo, echo me. I never asked why. Propped up old men seduced teenage girls. I always wondered why. Rendering me the jealous fool, time spit at me, rendering me naive, too young. I whistled the tune, echo me, but I had my affairs. Echo, echo, echo. I made love to Bebe, Gina Nazionale, Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, Raquel Quelch. Diane Warwick, and many, many starlets more. Eccomi. I whistled the tune. Eccomi. It was I, yes, it was I who kissed them all. Kissed them all. Ecco. Reality was much too boring, much too grey, and other opportunities simply did not care. But at me they stare. I just looked away. Ecco, ecco, I whistled the tune, and life took my breath away. Here came the day that I met you. Wow, pretty and smart. And in no time, all my former lovers vanished, pissed off, or even died. Now, lonely members of Hollywood's aging broken heart club. Eccomi, finalmente siamo arrivati. Oh. Meaning, here are we finally. Here. Thank you.
You know, this is why he's the Vincent Price of poetry. Like, 'cause he just does that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Wow, Ike.
Yeah,
What a
nicely done, man.
whole voyage there. That was pretty amazing.
Appreciated that.
Through the mirror and back.
Like, I truly love artists who are truly committed to being the very best versions of themselves. And Ike is so comfortable with being the artist that he is that he's basically just like, it's like Crossing Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right? When the guy is just like with one arm behind his back, he's like, this is so enjoyable, right? Speaking of swordplay, we are going to get to the fencer. You know, Ike said, Hollywood serves spaghetti a la Western. Ridiculous, sir. Ridiculous. Lovers lost by war. Discarded the dead body. I was the hero. I was the hero. I was the hero. Life took my breath away. I don't know. That line is going to stick with me for a while. So. I was the hero. Thank you, sir. Truly, truly appreciate what you do. Staying dedicated. Ike is a dedicated writer, a multi-published author. Make sure you are plugging in with Ike Waltz and all that he does. Appreciate you, sir. All right. Coming up next, I mentioned one hand, right? I listen. Now, from one master to the next, this incredible fencer happens to be an incredible artist, happens to be a multi-published author, author of Black Calculus, author of Four Crescents, the one and only Norm Mathematics in the building. It is always great to see you. Like for real, man. Like this dude, he's one of a kind, man. I've gotten to work on a play with this dude. Like this dude is so very serious, man. If you don't know mathematics, pay attention, please. It's great to see you, Math. Please take it away.
I'm glad I made it in. First row. A furrowed brow creased. Disheveled eyes squinting through the mind purge. A lid twisted, a seal broken, the hiss of pressure released. Unfinished thoughts bubble up like fragments percolating behind drawn curtains, hidden from the light of day. Ideas untested by objective logic, edges cut like a dull knife through the echo chamber, raw and unseasoned answers haven't been questioned by trusted observers. A trove of disconnected threads, making money out of no sense. Remedies that will not cure ignorance, spreading like a plague of ill will. Feeling stupid through empty words and blank stares, heads nodding like they understand, hands clapping like they approve. Amens and hallelujahs like prayers have been answered. Unawareness follows a lemming path to the edge of the abyss. A nudge begets, a push begets, a shove becomes a willful dive into darkness. Next piece. Calculating justice. Your calculus has nothing to do with equal nor equality. Your scale of justice has nothing to do with fair nor balance. Your authority assumes judgment that makes an ass of you and me. The fulcrum slides on your whim and does not presume an even keel. Your black robe adorns the farce of wisdom, neither wise, but rather dumb. Your blindfold sees bias in favor of those that have, ever blind to those that have not. Last piece. The curse of cancer. A bane on our existence, a detour on the road to futures planned. Plans changed, paths unimagined bear fruit beyond imagined. Compassion for suffering of strangers, now family, surviving, sprouts thriving out of the abyss. New life springs from near death. Impossible dreams become improbable poems, written in the dark, light emerging from the point of a pen, a page filled by ancestral memory. How we lived, how we died, how we live, how we die. Death lives on in fear of living. Living without fear. Death is a stranger. Peace.
Y'all caught that, right? Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for mathematics.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
You are a blessing, my
Oh,
friend.
Norm,
Yes.
so amazing.
Yes.
Stranger
Thank you.
completely come up.
Love you,
Thank you.
Beautiful, Norm. That's beautiful.
Love you.
Thank you, my people. Thank you.
Reminded me of a Javon Johnson poem. Said, cancer is like a sick joke that sounds like cancer. That only God seems to get. That's just heavyweight, sir. The hiss of pressure, right? The unfinished thoughts bubble up in your first poem, right? Ideas untested by dull logic, right? Making money out of no sense. Come on, man. They follow a lemming's path. I hope y'all caught that, right? If you don't know what a lemming is, you know what I mean? Check it out. Because a shove becomes a willful dive into darkness, right? A nudge becomes a push becomes a heavy, right? Your calculus has nothing to do with equal or equality. Your scale of justice has nothing to do with balance and justice, right? He mentioned the fulcrum scale. Your blindfold sees bias. Your blindfold sees bias. Like I'm gonna need that on a shirt, man. Really, I'm gonna need that on a shirt. Your blindfold sees bias. Straight up, mass produce it. We'll buy it. Seriously, mass produce it. We'll buy it. Cancer. A detour on the road to future plans. But new life springs from near death. A page filled with ancestral memory, because death lives on in the fear of living, y'all. Damn it, he said that. Death lives on in the fear of living. Make sure you plug in with mathematics. Make sure you get black calculus. Make sure you get four crescents. Appreciate you, math. Truly. Yeah, it's all kind of dope. I mean, listen, I told you, four crescents is dope. Black calculus is on point. Listen, and at that point, I want to say shout out the educators in the building. Math is one of them. Shout out Doug Silver, another great educator, right? Shout out Marianne Teff, who's also an incredible educator, right? So many folks, I'm telling you, so many beautiful educators amongst us. Listen, Oshunyo Yen was an educator. Finn Bell was an educator. Listen, Ike Waltz taught people the beauty of dance. Listen, Michael Sindler taught people the beauty of poetry. Listen, every week we get delighted by true masters of our craft. So thank you, true educators in what we do. All right. Shout out Paul Skiff, the Jedi Master, is not able to be with us this evening, and the one and only Lantern Carrier are not able to be with us this evening, but we sending them all of our energy. Shout out Jenny in the building, right? Lila, I believe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Lila Lowry in the building. Appreciate you. I see Tracy Cunningham in the building. We're going to get to you. All right. Let's keep it going, y'all. So I got a call a little while ago and say, yo, this is about to happen. And I said, oh God, I'm excited. And I really am. Because these two, I've been waiting on them. I've been waiting on this to happen, y'all. I really have been. And they brought it here. And I feel so privileged because we're about to experience something that I know we never had before. But we have a collab this evening between the two planets that rotate, between the gods and the earths. The one and only Baba and Goma, and the one and only Oshunyo Yen are about to do what they do. Like, for the first time together on this platform, y'all. And listen, I know I'm biased. Woo! I know I'm biased. Listen, if you don't know either of these spirits, if you don't know either of these entities, please do yourself a favor. Stop what you're doing. All of it. And pay attention. Please. It is great to see you both. You delight our ancestors in everything that you do, and the future will continue to learn from you. Please take it away.
Oh, okay. I'm unmuted. Yeah. Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
We are good to go, streaming Five. Listen, please do what you do, sir. Ma'am, please.
So this piece was paraphrased from a letter that James Baldwin wrote to Angela Davis. I wrote it around 1980, 80 or 81. It's called Malcolm Lives, and I thought we would do these pieces to Malcolm because on May the 19th, which is his birthday, he would have been 90 years old. If they come for me in the morning, they'll come for you at noon. Listen to what I'm saying, yeah, they may be coming soon. There are many pages missing from the books of history. Blood is the price of freedom, yeah, and it's no mystery why our prophets disappear. Why was our black prince shot down in his prime? What about the dream of freedom, yeah, that he left behind? Will we learn the lessons Malcolm taught? Will we join the battle, yeah, that he so bravely fought? Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, his spirit is alive. Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, he will never die.
May 19th is coming. Who will spread the feast, pour libation, and call Malcolm X from his place in the palace of martyrs to honor him? May 19th is coming. Who is going to recount the tale of his meteoric soul rising phoenix from the ashes of his ghetto life grave? Who is going to point to the biggest baobab tree in our orchard of nationalism and say that Garvey is the root of his wisdom? May 19th is coming. Who is going to remember our beloved griot, the music of his speech, reverberating from 125th Street, Harlem, to Nigeria, to Egypt? The flashes of insight, exploding fireworks of brilliance, setting off in lightning illumination in the dark midnight of our souls. May 19th is coming. Who is going to remind us of Malcolm's ever-expanding global hug for all of our people, embracing our kin and reconnecting our rivers, understanding the us and we, erasing the they and them? May 19th is coming. Who will translate the deeper meaning of his declaration? The price of freedom is death. Will Malcolm himself touch the earth and tell us that freedom is the death of our apathy, the death of our greedy consumerism, the death of our benign neglect and happy ignorance? May 19th is coming. Who will be the talking drum for the Umawale, the child who returned home to Africa to say, we are ready to water and love our roots. Don't forget us. We remember you. Don't cut down the tree and sell it to our enemies to build their houses in our future prisons. May 19th is coming. How will we rekindle our reverence for our shining Black Prince into action? How will we honor his sacrifice? How will his memory become our mastery? By taking the words off of the t-shirt and living them. By any means necessary, practice his example. By any means necessary, continue what he started, till all Africans everywhere are united and free. May 19th is coming.
Why was our black prince shot down in his prime? What about the dream of freedom, yeah, that he left behind? Will we learn the lessons Malcolm taught? Will we join the battle, yeah, that he so bravely fought? Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, his spirit is alive. Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, he will never die. Okay. Give me a second. I'm switching instruments.
Oh, of course, we knew there were going to be more. So please, folks, you know what I mean? Catch your breath real quick because Baba has got to change from those 3 or 4 instruments to the next 5 or 6. So batten down the hatches, prepare yourself, catch your breath because here comes another one.
Well, I went down to the crossroad. Had a little talk with a shoe. Went down to the crossroad, yeah. Had a little talk with a shoe. Say things ain't looking too good, Baba me. Well now, tell me what I can do.
Meet me at the crossroads where dreams are stitched together in indigo midnight scenes, where Legba appears partaking of prayers and palm oil. Sacrosanct gets surreptitious to marry soul to gold, turning potential into credential.
Well, first thing you can do will tell folk I'm not the devil, no, no. Well, the first thing you can do will, yeah, tell folk I'm not the devil, no. Just so you know, the devil is the one that does the evil.
Meet me at the crossroads where Nancy is not an anachronism, but an analogy to live by. The riddle response to the question, a living, breathing, waking, walking, working wisdom revealed in folktale, the ancient life, the ancient answer, life's most puzzling contradiction.
Well, hell, I know that's the truth, yeah. That's why I sing this song. Well, I know that's the truth, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I sing this song. Well, I know you're the one who determines what's right from wrong.
Meet me at the crossroads where heaven touches the earth, where thought and manifestation intertwine. Their aptitude and action chant prayers to Aces who works miracles to make maybe a reality. Watch talent become prodigy, witness practice and determination carved by inspiration as divinely generated genius becomes a finished product for all to see.
Oh, Legba, oh, Leroy, yeah. Tell me now, how did you get such a bad name? Oh, Legba, Leroy, yeah. Tell me now, how did you get such a bad name? Well, the real devil worshippers needed somebody to blame.
Meet me at the crossroads way down deep in the Delta at the junction of Old Dockery Road and Highway 8, where that old blues man, Robert Johnson, cried out to Legba and invoked the glory of his fate. Better yet, meet me in Clarksville, Mississippi at the intersection of Highways 61 and 49, where the earth unveils its magic, consecrated by intercessions, rum, and intent.
Oh, Papa Legba, Leroy, I need you now. But you know I've been down on my luck. Oh, Papa Legba, Eshu, Leroy, you know I've been down on my luck. Well, I hear you the king of cowries. Money, please, please, send me big bucks.
Yes, these cockroach. I'm sorry, excuse me. Don't be surprised to come there whispering prayers to Legba in the cobalt of midnight. Their incantation and supplications enshrined in African aphorisms. These crossroads, visited by Louis Armstrong, Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, Billie Holiday, Alberta Hunter, Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, Clarence Clemens, Nina Simone, John Lee Hooker, your great great beyond great grandparents too, interesting in the shadows, adding our faith to your libations, starting labor to lift your aspirations to realization.
Oh, Legba, Leroy, Baba Eshu now. Tell me now, what can I bring to you? Oh, Papa Legba, Leroy, Eshu, tell me now, what can I bring to you? Dried fish, palm oil, and a little gin or do.
Meet me at the crossroads where human meets divine. Yes, where spirits gather, and don't be afraid. The only demons of midnight are echoes of white hoods bound in hate, a disembodied apprehension of those who continually coerce you in giving your back to your ancestral traditions, the wellspring of your strength. See them bringing torches of terror, burning the crossroads with symbol of your power as the effigy of their god, a stolen and weak apparition of Osar. There are no deals made with the devil in this sacred space, only dates to destiny. And Olodumare, that's Almighty God's affirming smile, shining as stars in space. Meet me at the crossroads. I'll say,
We're down to the crossroads. Had a talk with Eshu. Well, I went down to the crossroads, yeah. Had a little talk with Eshu. Say things ain't looking too good, Baba me, no. Yeah, tell me what I can do.
Let's go! Let's go! Like, yo, like, God, unmute yourself, give it up for Baba and Goma. Oh, shoo, yo, yeah.
Damn. I
Wow.
just can't even
No words.
begin to
Super.
say that was.
No words.
Wow.
I
Thank
love
y'all
that.
both so much.
That was magical.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Especially Baba's music and singing.
All of it, every bit of it.
Every bit of it, yeah.
That was a good performance.
That's art. I love
It
it.
was unreal.
That's what you
That
call art.
is. That's the real deal there.
That was a great collaboration. Glad to be able to witness that.
Yep.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
By
for
the
bringing
way,
that.
that last one that you hear is on Ngoma's CD called Conversations with Eshu.
Ah, cool.
Oh, so there's audio. Hold up. With all due respect, I get to yell at your ass now because I didn't know you had any audio recordings, because I know that he didn't come here to tap dance, but damn it, I didn't know you had an audio recording. Now I need that. The both of you, those vibrations I thought were reserved for our ancestors, but I see I was wrong. I see I was wrong, because you reverberate them. You bring them into our sanctuary, you bring them into our realm, our plane of existence, and you make them like you're speaking in the Stardust language. Like, Malcolm lives in the people's struggle, he will never die. Like, do you know why they destroyed the prince? Do you know why? Because he was saying things like that straight from the ashes of his ghetto. Mentioned this baobab tree. Listen, ma'am, Garvey's at the heart of his wisdom. I said that in my poem recently, right? Harlem and 125th, like, yo, May 19th is coming. Understand the us and we. The price of freedom is death. The price of freedom is death. Times the death of our apathy. Don't forget us, we remember you. I'm getting it wrong. Please.
No, you're not getting it wrong. When Malcolm was being interviewed, I believe it was by Morley Safer, and he kept saying, when so-and-so's willing to pay the price of freedom, we're willing to pay the price of freedom. He kept saying the price of freedom over and over again. And Morley Safer asked him, Malcolm, what is the price of freedom? And Malcolm said, the price of freedom is death. So that quote came directly from him.
Fantastic. Thank you for that.
So when someone is not afraid to die, they will be free.
What I remember of Brother Malcolm is him also saying about how most of the time when you talk about revolution, it has to do with land. And that freedom has to do with bloodshed. There is no freedom without bloodshed when it comes to freeing your land from your oppressor, right? And yes, freedom comes at the ultimate cost. True indeed. Oh, nope. Oh, I'm coming at you, Baba. I see you got something resting on your soul too, Baba.
James Baldwin wrote to Angela Davis, if they come for me in the morning, they'll come for you at night. So we just kind of paraphrased that and wrote on that and said, they come for me in the morning, they'll come for you at noon. And I wrote that around 1981.
Oh, got you. So you just telling us that you've been ahead of the curve well before we knew it was a curve. Got you. I remember. I know you come from back of the bus. You come from go around the back to get your food. I remember you can't sit at this lunch counter. I know. Oshuyo Yin said, right? Way down deep in the Delta, right? Where Highway 61 and 49 meet, right? In the cobalt of midnight. She mentioned Ma Rainey and Muddy Waters and John Lee Hooker saying Ashe to your libations, right? We sacrificed the dried fish and the palm oil, right? Oshunyo Yin mentioned the crossroads where human meets divine. The only demons are the ones hoods spouting hate. There are no deals made with devils in this sacred space. Come on, y'all. Come on. Make sure you are plugging in with both of these incredible artists. They will definitely teach you more than you might be ready for, but it is a lesson, no doubt. Appreciate both of you for all that you do. All right, before we move on, I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse. Doing only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it? You should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. Another powerful theme today. Thank you so much, Elemental, here every Thursday without a fail. Appreciate you. Shout out to everyone from the Midwest. I've been told there's been a few tornadoes, including from the area Elemental is zooming in from. So thank you for holding out. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you everyone here in the community for coming and rocking with us on Thursday evenings. Our weekly online open mic at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, 8 p.m. on Thursdays. We appreciate you. Here are all the links related to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, which I also put in the Zoom chat. Oh, and I forgot, I am Ron Mark Thompson, the Program Operations Assistant at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, along with my 3 other program team members. And I am also serving as your tech assistant here online at this open mic. You can get to us on social media. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter. There you can also watch the live streams for any of our online open mics, including the twice weekly we used to do until last year. Beatniks on the road is there, artist highlights. So we have a lot of information, and including our upcoming programs. So just connect with us. I put the links for our executive director, La Brua, as well as Elemental's Instagram handle, our link tree, our contact information, and our contribute a link, meaning for donations. And I want to shout out to everyone who is able to donate. We do have ticketed events, mostly our in-person programs. And our online open mic, since we started it during the pandemic in 2020, are free. We do get a little bit few funds from our sponsors, but we also rely on contributions. We are a non-for-profit, registered non-for-profit organization. There is one specific donor who donates to us every Thursday as that person signs up. That poet did say to remain anonymous, so I am not allowed to give you their name, but I really appreciate you know who you are. But there are others. I ran the report, and recently Taman, Tracy Moncourt, and Bonnie Soloway also donated. So for those and everyone else who has donated to us, we really appreciate you. If you're not yet on our mailing list, my colleague Jasmine currently sends out our e-blast on the 1st of each month. You can either scan this QR code if you're on the live stream, or if in the Zoom chat, I put the link there as well. Our building is currently closed. It has been closed since November of last year. And as I mentioned last week, we finished cleaning out everything, literally everything, 4.5 floors, all the furniture, all the files, everything, all the equipment. Obviously, we're storing all the historical items in storage because we're going to redo them into a museum once the building has finished the reconstruction. The bar, including the mural that you see on the left picture, is included in that. I have not been to the cafe for a week and a half. I'm zooming in from home tonight. And my program team members, we currently meet remotely over Zoom, every week to go over our programming. I do have a different job in the neighborhood in the Lower East Side later this week. I'm gonna stop by to see if the city already put up the scaffolding, because New York City is in charge of reconstructing the building. They are the ones who are also funding the money for the reconstruction itself. So we appreciate it. And as we mentioned, and as you know by now, that doesn't mean the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is closed. Yeah, the building is closed, but we are still hosting programs at many other venues throughout New York City and Puerto Rico. We had a few programs last year there, and we are also currently talking to an organization in New Jersey. So we're going to try to get there as well. In the meantime, Mondays, we're continuing our Nuyorican Bowery Slam at the Bowery Poetry Club. Next week, on the 20th of May, J. Rose will host, and on Memorial Day, nope, we will not be closed for Memorial Day. The Bowery Poetry Club and we, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, on Memorial Day, we will continue to bring you the Poetry Slam, and that one will be hosted by Luna Rosa. Luna is also our DJ on the final Friday Slam, last Friday of each month. Next one is May 31st. Elemental already mentioned that. Tony McPherson hosts, and Amanda Shee will be our feature. That's at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, 9:30 p.m. on May 31st. That's when the door opens, and 10 p.m. we start at the show. You can get tickets at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater's ticket site, the QR code here, or go to our events calendar on our website, and we have a link to their site. And I'm also want to mention our slam team. Elemental already mentioned it at the beginning of the open mic here. After 7 to 8 years, I think the last Nuyorican Poetry Slam team that we sent to the Nationals was about 7 or 8 years ago. This year is the year we finally have assembled a great poetry team again. They will be going to the Nationals competition in Florida in the middle of next month, in June. And we are giving them a send-off next week on May 30th. At the Gallery La Sala de Pepe, and we are combining that also with our Studio One workshop showcase, because we just completed our monthly workshops at Studio One. That one, we are happy to present this event for free. You do not have to sign up. You actually, if you recognize Paul Concasso at the bottom row of photographs, second to the right, he will be there as well. Emily, one of our staff members on the left, she'll be there. So check us out on May 30th, Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. If you can make the online open mic that day, we will understand. So if you're in New York City, that one is free. Thursday, May 30th, Slam Team Send-Off and Workshop Showcase. And on that note, since I mentioned donations, we do have expenses to send our Poetry Slam team to Florida, which includes transportation, lodging, hotel. That one, competing organization, the organization that is hosting the event, are not providing to us, so we rely on donations as well. If you want to contribute, it's the same donations link. Go to nuyorican.org/contribute. Our ticket site is the one that handles the donations, where we get 100% of all the donations. All you have to do in the memo, you have to specify it is for the Slam team. But again, we appreciate all donations, whether they are for the Slam team or for any for our regular operations. So we appreciate it. We are continuing our Women Orator Wednesdays every first Wednesday of the month at the Lois Cider Center. Also, as Elemental mentioned, Sol Bream continues hosting his open mic at the Lois Cider Center every second and fourth Wednesday, except this month it'll be the fifth Wednesday on May 29th due to a scheduling conflict. So just go to our events calendar. That one, just like this open mic, is open for any type of genre, whether it's music, whether it's poetry, whether it's storytelling, whether it's comedy. And unlike Thursday evenings, there is no theme. So check us out in person, or check the live stream or the videos that we record and upload for this. Thursdays, online open mic. You can get your artist RSVP ticket 24 hours before. Some weeks you can still check Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, to see if we still have artist RSVP tickets, which was the case earlier today. But if for any reason you didn't get a chance to get an artist RSVP ticket, just let Elemental or me know. We will add you to the good luck round list at the end of the open mic. Beatniks on the Road is continuing. Last month we had released 4 episodes this month. Starting from this month, it'll be back to monthly episodes every last Tuesday of the month. But in the meantime, if you go to our Facebook page or YouTube channel, you can see all 4 released episodes, including CP Mays and Elemen2al and Black Wildflower, which was the most recent episode featuring poets from Houston, because that's where they are zooming from. And I also want to continue to recommend our partnering organizations programs. The Bowery Poetry Club has many amazing programs at their location at Bowery and Houston Street in Manhattan, including Out of the Box, which is once a month, and ASL Slam, which we used to do at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. It's a separate organization, American Sign Language. Their poetry slams are just as powerful and amazing as our, poetry slams. So check them out at the Bowery Poetry Club. Elemen2al mentioned we will be at the Lois Cider Festival, Avenue C, Lower East Side in Manhattan on May 26th, which is the day before Memorial Day. And I am happy to announce not only will we have a vendor table with our merchandise there, but right next to it, we're going to host a free open mic all afternoon. I will be the host of that in-person open mic. We're going to try to live stream it via Instagram. I'm not yet sure if we have the capacity and the staff, to do that. But in addition to that, at 4 p.m. in one of the community gardens on 9th Street and Avenue C, we will be presenting a garden activation with poetry and performances. And no one other than Matthew Marroquin, our Maddie, is the host for that part of the Lois Cider Festival. So, it's been a while since we've seen Maddie. I know he's guest hosted here. He's been one of the team members with Paul Concasso and me at the Voices and Vibes. So Matthew is back next weekend. Come on, check us out if you're in New York City. The Lois Cider Festival, which is organized by the Lois Cider Center, they still need volunteers. Check them out at loiscider.org or email to festival@loiscider.org. Also, Felicia Kate, aka Rice Felicia, our host for the International Center of Photography Museum open mics and the Women Orator Wednesday. She also is at the Langston Hughes House in Harlem, and there they hold weekly workshops, writing workshops every Saturday, 2 p.m. Check them out if you can. And I also included the New York Public Library because last month we had a panel discussion at the library, at the Tompkins Square Library, which is part of the New York Public Library system. And we are planning to have many more workshops and programs there. Other than that, they have so many other amazing classes, events, programs. Just check them out on their website. And here are all of our partnering organizations that we are currently collaborating with. I added one more in addition to the New York Public Library to that. We just met with them earlier this week. I cannot tell you the details yet, but once we have everything set in place, there will be another great outdoor program that we're going to bring in Manhattan to the poetry community in the summer. So stay tuned. We will give you more details very soon. And last but not least, in case you do not believe in the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, of course, everybody here does, but can you believe it? We were mentioned 4 days ago in the New Yorker magazine, which is a big magazine here in New York City, and they actually had us in their crossword puzzle. Their question was for 31 across, the type of poetry often heard at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, and the answer was slam. So we are, more than honored that they honored us with a mentioning in their crossword puzzle. So we appreciate that. But let us get back to our online open mic now. CP Mays, I mentioned him a second ago because he is hailing in from Texas. He was in our Beatniks episode. most recent. You were very powerful. Appreciate it. He also is a poetry slammer. So I do hope, I know you visited New York City last year, but when you do come back this year or next year, make sure you try to come in one of the final Fridays of the month so you can participate there as well. And I also want to say, I want to give a shout out to you, CP, and Dre Race earlier. I think Elemen2al is not only challenging us with interesting poetry themes each week, but his virtual backgrounds somehow have made it into your Zoom backgrounds as well. CP Mays, I noticed it a few weeks ago, so welcome back. You know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may follow you, and then the next 3 minutes are all yours.
Awesome. Shout outs to Ron. He's dope. CP Mays for Insta and for Facebook. The poem I'm gonna read today is I got interviewed when I was in New York. With this organization, and during the interview, I ended up saying something about heroes, and they ended up contacting me back like a couple of weeks later. Flew people into Houston, interviewed me and shot this video. It was like all this crazy shit, blew my mind. So this is the piece I was commissioned to do for them. It's called Voice Boxing with Heroes. I've been voice boxing with heroes for as long as I can remember. 1. Fears for what? Just to watch our dreams die slow. 2. Decorated Sergeant Marine Corps medals equals 2 rows. 3. I don't know much about comic books, but believe me, I know a lot about heroes. 4. When I was knee-high to a grasshopper, age 4, with a face full of tears, face to face with fears, the fight my parents fought was to keep their keepsakes from having to do their homework in the dark. Heroes. 5. When times were really hitting hard, they could stretch $20 in the grocery store shopping cart and feed their family of 5 for an entire week. Heroes. 6. Some need no cape. Heroes. 7. And 7 days a week. Heroes. 8. Bouncing back, single parents still choosing love over hate, even after a divorce state, with a soul full of faith, knowing true love is not too late. Now courageously you're going on your first date. Heroes. 9. Autistic twins, age 9, teaching them your code. You protect yourself, you protect those who can't protect themselves, just to turn around and be told how you stood up to an adult bully at a 4th grade bus stop, abusing the trust of younger souls. My autistic twins, 2 of my strongest heroes. 10, 20, 30 hours of overtime, overworked every week after week, losing sleep just to ensure there's something underneath your family's Christmas tree. Heroes. I am voice boxing here, and there are times when my PTSD gets the best of me. There are times when life gets the best of me. There are times when life can just sucker punch the breath out of me, but never give up. Even when you get knocked down, you never give up. Friends, strangers, family, you never give up, and know that you are made of the stuff that's the makeup that makes up what true heroes are made of. Heroes. I am voice boxing here. Confession. Autism. PTSD. Depression, twice a week speech therapy, hard to comprehend homework. Nuyo, it ain't no joke. Quote, the devil whispered in my ear, you're not strong enough to withstand the storm. Today, I whispered in the devil's ear, I am the storm. End quote. Confession, I am, you are the storm. Heroes. Some of us need no cape. Poem.
There this guy goes. See this guy right here. This guy right here, can you know he's He's kind of a monster. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP May.
Kind of a monster.
Brilliant. He's
He's
not a
like,
monster. He's
he's the
brilliant.
damn Empire State Building monster.
Semper Fi.
Ever a dull moment.
Fire.
That's the
Semper
whole
Fi.
deal there.
Semper Fi.
Some of
Semper
us
Fi.
need no cape. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, some of us need no cape. Thank y'all.
I am voice boxing here. I am voice boxing here. I know you hear that, right? Fears for what? I don't know much about comic books, but I know about heroes. Some don't need capes. Still choosing love. Shout out Double Trouble, man. My autistic twins, two of my biggest heroes. Right. Heroes. I am voice boxing here. There are times when life gets the best of me. Mays also has a poem that talks about the combination to his stomach, 3 pills to the left, 4 pills to the right, and maybe a drink to wash them down. Listen. Shout out Swanye West, Jack Daniels for breakfast, a tall boy for lunch, cigarette for breakfast. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Shout out CG. There's a 3-card Monty on the way. Y'all better be ready for that. The 3-card Monty is going to be bananas. I don't know if it's called 3 times dope, 3-card Monty. It's going to be something. The holy damnity. That dude's incredible, y'all. Make sure you plug in with CP Mays. You will see him in lots of things coming up. Lots of things. Appreciate you, folks. Listen, folks, make sure you are showing your love to Ron Mark Thompson. We would not be here doing this, what we do, for as long as we do, and how we do, without RMT. I promise you. You know, look, this cat's broadcasting from the Bronx. Shout out to BX, baby. Listen, this dude, I'm serious, man. This dude is truly committed to what we do. I thank you, Ron, for all that you do, man. Truly. All right, let's get to it. We have 4 folks left on the guaranteed list and 2 on the good luck round. Let's get it. All the way out on the West Coast, LBC in the building. Shout out to Giants fans in the building. This incredible musician is about to blow us away as he normally does with his brand of true folk music. I'm telling you, this cat's incredible. The one and only Bill Elkins in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, sir. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. You're very generous. I'm on Instagram, among others, but Instagram is the one, Midwestern Bill 51. Anyway, I'm going to do an original. It's one that I was thinking which one to do, but this one's probably the least political song that I've done. And it's really about the beauty here in California. So I hope you, I'm trying to counterbalance all the politics with some naturalism. So what can I say? That's my contribution for today. Anyway, I hope you like it. It's called California Sunshine Spring. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny skies. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast, and stream. Mm-hmm. California sun burns off coastal fog, warming our mountains, desert, and land. We absorb its warmth while we play in our parks, fields, and sand. We plunge ourselves into cold waters to give our bodies an effervescent shock. We honor the night when we gaze at stars dancing to the circadian clock. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's fluorescent dream. California sunshine spring, or is it Mother Nature's pubescent fling? California sunshine spring. Wild spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny sky. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast, and stream. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's fluorescent dream. California sunshine spring, or is it Mother Nature's pubescent fling? California sunshine spring. California sunshine spring. Thank you, everybody. That's it.
I mean, that dude, he just sounds like a California sunshine spring, doesn't he? He just does. Unmute yourself, give it
That's
up.
beautiful, Bill.
LLC.
As usual, very beautiful, very uplifting. Just really appreciate you, man.
Man,
Yeah, it
thanks
made
a
me
lot.
happy.
Appreciate it.
I'm just happy for no reason now. And then I'm impressed. Like
There's that reason. It's a Bill reason.
CP,
oh, yeah.
CP,
Yeah.
just say Semper Fi, man. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi. Yeah, that's it. Semper Fi.
Yeah.
Hoorah. Gorgeous.
Listen,
All right, thank you.
shout out to Giants fans in the building. Listen, we do not play around, okay? Listen, we don't mess around. And listen, Semper Fi all day, through and through. For those who don't know, right, I am a veteran, but I have Semper Fi flowing through my blood. My father was a Marine who fought in Vietnam. So Semper Fi flows through who I am. Don't believe me? Try it. Listen, California Sunshine Spring reminds me of Bill Elkins strumming his guitar. It does. We plunge ourselves into the cold waters to give our bodies an effervescent shock. That's just called the Pacific Ocean, people. I don't know if you know that or not, but that's just called diving into the water at the beach. Like it really, really is, man. Awaken to the summertime breeze, right? Or is it Mother Nature's pubescent fling? Like Bill Elkins writes some very eloquent music. I appreciate you, sir. Whether you're writing about your daughter, your trip to Ireland, you really, really do write some incredible songs, sir. And he happens to be a fan of the dopest team in baseball. So I appreciate you, Bill Elkins, truly. Make sure you are plugging in Midwestern Bill on IG. Plug in. A mainstay, folks, a mainstay of our community. Believe it. Coming up next, I think I want to call this cat the alphabet murderer. Like, this dude, he just does some things with these words, with these letters. In the best of ways, though. Like, not a serial killer. You know what I mean? Not a serial, you know what I mean? But just like an alphabet murderer. Like if Jack the Ripper was a poet, he may come back as Kazi Kaz. Make sure you let these folks know where they can find you, man, in the best of ways, I'm telling you, because this cat's about to Jack the Rip the hell out of you because he's just that dope. Come on, Kaz, take it away.
Thank you, man. Thank you all the time. Thank you for the intros, man, and the love. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm actually on theme tonight. Okay. So this is classic movies. Excuse me. With a fistful of dollars, I'd be gone with the wind. And for a few dollars more, I'd perform miracles on 34th, like rescuing an old yeller and naming him Rin Tin. I noticed the tin cup full of raisins in the sun, put there in honor of the grapes of wrath they came from. But then I looked again, and then there were none. Nothing but 2 mules for Sister Sarah, a slyly flying nun on a midnight run. And a nest full of cuckoos over which the birds fly, soaring over the west side with a story of an omen that'll certainly make you cry. So please stand by me, because you can't buy me love, not even if you cry to me like a lonesome dove. I once had a friend named Bond, James Bond, a rebel with a cause, who warned me that the postman always rings twice, regardless of whether he's of men or mice, but I can still see myself on the golden pond with Henry and Jane Fonda, of which we would all be so incredibly fond. And I'm shining because it's such a wonderful life. I'll never forget Officer Serpico, a good friend of my godfather's taxi driver who was quite the easy rider and also had a very serious case of vertigo. I also happen to know the 12th angry man who escaped from Alcatraz in 7 magnificent steps of a perfectly hatched razzle-dazz of a plan. If I remember correctly, Rocky was always good to the bad psycho who was nothing but an ugly predator, while the Wizard of Oz always pretended to be some kind of senator. Meanwhile, the 10 Commandments meant nothing to Robin Hood, who robbed Charlie's family at his chocolate factory thinking it was all good. And as a result, now the apocalypse will probably start the day after tomorrow. leaving Mary Poppins and Dirty Harry wallowing in sorrow. Two silly old Goonies, who all they like to do was watch really old movies. Thank you.
I'm still trying to figure out how in the world he put Dirty Harry and Mary Poppins in the same line. Unmute yourself, give it up for Kazi Cole.
Kazi, way to go, man. You nailed it.
That was wonderful. You are so damn brilliant.
Yeah.
Harry
I love you.
Poppins.
Very good.
Thank you. I don't even know. Like I put them together. I figured they were both wild and sorrow.
Yo, you straight wilding out, folks. You straight wilding out, bro. And listen, y'all. There is an Elemental and Kazi Kaz collab coming, and you see what Kazi Kaz does, and that dude, that was good stuff, man. Like that's gonna be so much fun, man. Like I got to be careful not to have too much fun. Like when you eat sweets, you got to be careful not to have a mouthful of cavities. I got to be careful not to have too much fun when I rock with that cat, right? Because it's just because of what he does, right? He's like resurrecting an old Yeller like a miracle on 34th Street. 2 mules for Sister Sarah with an omen. Please stand by me. Because you can't buy me love. Like, come on. Please stand by me because you can't buy me love. This dude. Postman always ring twice. I'm shining. My godfather's taxi driver. 7 magnificent steps of the razzle dazzle. The Wizard of Oz pretended to be some sort of senator. I think I'm going to tell my students about that shit tomorrow. Dirty Harry and Mary Poppins. That's just wrong. Like seriously, that's just wrong. Do you feel lucky, right? With this spoonful of sugar? This isn't medicine, this is a bullet. But it'll go down with a spoonful of sugar. You're strange, bro, in the best kind of way. I love creative beings. Listen, I love creative beings, right? Because we are fearless about our approach. And there is nothing better than that. I promise you, creativity is the most healthy addiction that you can have, in my opinion. In my opinion. Appreciate you. Shout out Sri Lal in the building. I saw, right, the balance of our community. I want to call that cat lightweight equator, Joski C. We're going to hear from him. But right now, we are going to hear from another one of our resident musicians, are also one of our resident comedians. I saw him earlier. He had the drip on deck. He had the Nuyorican Poets Cafe shirt on. I don't know if he's ready to rock, but I'm telling you, I like to call this cat catnip. He even mentioned that he makes his own cat food. Like, this dude is so dope. For real, 100% of the time, whether he's telling jokes or playing his music, the one and only Catman Bill in the building. These folks know where they can find you, Catman. It is great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. Her patina cheeks were cold like bronze, her eyes strong like steel. She looked my way and shook me, but there was nothing she could feel. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know how that goes. Strangers wanted to possess her. I often told them no. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's not in love with me. Hello? Oh yeah, I did return from Italy back in 1979. I didn't have much going on back then, so I took a job at a rock and roll joint called the Rocking Horse Cafe. No, I wasn't the talent. I wasn't even the waiter. I wasn't the doorman. I was the dishwasher. But you know, you need a dishwasher to keep a cafe going. Somebody has to clean the glasses. So one night I saw this rather interesting woman, and I chatted with her for a while, and by the end of the night we decided that she was going to come home with me. And she was all dressed in black. Even her stilettos were in black. Found it interesting. So I brought her back to my man cave, and we adjourned to my bedroom, and in no time at all, our clothes were off and we were wrestling in bed, and she revealed to me that she was into S&M. And I said, well, I'm not. But I noticed that she was trying to take her knee and ram it into my nuts. So I had all I could do to throw her into a full body lock, which only made her very, very happy. She told me she was born on a farm in South Carolina and was very strong, and she was strong. So we had our fling that night, and the message in this story is sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. Thank you.
Sometimes it comes out the way it's supposed to. Unmute yourself, give it up for Cat Man B.
Holy shit.
Love it.
That was so good.
Oh, brilliant.
Love those props.
Love that.
Oh, I'm
Love the
pretty sure
props,
that's
brothers.
Cat's Bill's regular phone that he uses.
Oh,
It was actually my father's phone.
That's me. That man, that's me.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Like, yo, that rotary, that like, yo, something about that. That phone, everyone who ever used that phone has a level of patience. regardless if you wanted it or not, if you've ever used a rotary phone, you have a level of patience. I don't care how bad you wanted to call somebody, you had to wait, especially if their number had a 9 in it, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting until it goes all the way back around. For those of you who've never used a rotary phone, you may not understand. However, everything had to start from somewhere. Touchstone phones, wireless phones, all of that came from phones on the wall, right? Connect me to Camden, 65464, right? And listen, the production value, Catman, with the cranking of the monophone, right? With listen, the phonograph, I'm sorry, not monophone, the phonograph. With everything that you did, sir, and then you pick up the analog phone, and then you pick up the guitar and the hat. Shout out the brim, because the brim is working, sir. The brim is working. It's giving fire. Said I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Most men could say that. She's not in love with me. Oh, too many men could say that. He returned from Italy in 79. He was rocking at the Rocking Horse Cafe. He said he wasn't a waiter. He wasn't the musician. He was a dishwasher. It's a great place to start, right? Then he said he was with the woman that, dug S&M, and he said he threw her into a full body lock, which made her very, very happy. No, no, you can leave now. If you like that, you can leave now. I do not need that in my life. Thank you, Catman Bill. I appreciate you, sir, for your comedy, for your music, for your nostalgia. Most of your colleagues were just like, yo, this seems like a silent film. I said all that we're missing is the captions, and it could be a Catman Bill caption show. It would have been fantastic. Appreciate you, man. Truly. All right. Last person on the guaranteed list, and we've got 3 on the good luck round. I believe this is your first time rocking with us, is it not, sir? Ah, damn. So, we've been doing this for how much, y'all? Probably like 100 and 200 by now, huh? About 200 weeks we've been doing this. And after all this time, we still are getting new voices. First of all, welcome, Tracy. You are rocking with the greatest community in the world. Without telling us an exact address, where on the planet are you streaming in from this evening?
Yes, thank you for having me, everyone. I'm in Harlem, New York.
Harlem in the building. Shout out Harlem. Listen, where have you been? We've been doing this and doing this and doing it well for quite a while, man. Listen, let these folks know where they can find you. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. You already home, man. You see how it's been going. Come on, man. Take it away. Welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I'm a talent manager that just recently started to cross over into other endeavors. So this is actually going to be my first time presenting some work in the Zoom medium. So thank you so much for sharing your art, but also listening to mine. On theme for tonight, coincidentally, I've been writing a couple of pieces, 3 short poems that I'll present tonight that were really just inspired by tracks from some official soundtracks from some movies. So I'll just say the titles and the movie that they're from, and then I'll just proceed with the work. Once again, thank you, everybody. The first piece is Rearranging Furniture, which is from Angelina Jolie's By the Sea. I still haven't caught my breath. I'm too busy acquiring things I need, things I don't, tangible things and things I'm not even sure exist. Possessions live in the past tense, so why can't we just keep these same old things and consider them in new ways, almost like rearranging furniture? The second piece is going to be called Confluence. And this is by Rob Marshall's Memoirs of a Geisha. It's another short piece. It seems like everyone is alive, doesn't it? I think that's why I find watching people so enthralling. Seeing everybody. Seeing everybody. Everybody seeing. Every seeing body. Each soul a stream running through life, inheriting the world's woes and wonders along the way, flowing into and through time like raindrops on my window. The last piece is going to be Sunset, and this is from Tom Ford's A Single Man. I haven't read this one out loud before, so please offer me some grace if I make any errors. Like many, I find sunsets beautiful, especially when I can feel their warmth on my skin. Its vitality enriching a personal tapestry that I wear proudly, in spite. Where does their beauty lie? Is it in the warm depths of its hues, whose golden rays and purple rain shroud each moment? Is it the way it embraces the sky, nurturing the makes a relief in having survived another day, the waning sun heralding the close of another chapter, or perhaps the excitement and the possibility of living another, riding the psyche of life's most ardent detractors. Whatever the reason, I find sunsets beautiful, especially when I can feel their warmth on my skin. Thank you, everyone.
Listen, he said, whatever the reason, I find sunsets beautiful. Man, unmute yourself, give it up, and welcome to Tracy Cunningham.
Tracy, that was incredibly beautiful. So very lyrical.
I love
Gorgeous.
those pieces.
Me too.
Fantastic.
Well,
I love that.
You found this, bro.
A new voice, welcome.
Yeah. You had like a personal connection with almost every word. You were dialed
right?
in. Good stuff.
Dr. Mundo, there are a few traditions that we used to have. One is we're going to pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop, 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 pop the cherry, baby, pop the cherry, baby, pop. Then there was a time when we used to go, one of us, one of us, one of us. All of that just to say, number one, you are here now. Number two, you are now a member of the greatest community in the world. Number three, you just fucked up because now you got to be here every Thursday night. Number four, now you can't say people don't hear you because we are listening. Right? So now you have just kind of stumbled upon your home. You have stumbled upon the weirdo corner where the weirdos exist, where we are comfortable, where we speak as loud as absolutely possible. So welcome home. Find yourself here every Thursday, right? You mentioned rearranging furniture. Yeah, you're going to have to rearrange your schedule, sir. Said you still haven't caught my breath. I'm too busy. Yeah. Memoirs of a Geisha. Listen, you start talking about the geisha, it's just something else, right? Why I find watching people so entertaining. each soul a screen running through life. Right. And the third one you said in a sunset, right? The Tom Ford, right? Like many, I find sunsets beautiful. Whatever the reason. Whatever the reason. Whether it be the beginning of the night or the ending of the day, there's always beauty in a sunset. Appreciate you, Tracy, for finding your way to us. Don't be a stranger. Shout out Harlem. Listen, find yourself here on a regular. You are now a member of the greatest community in the world. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, folks. We got through the guaranteed list. Truly, truly appreciate everyone. We have 3 incredible artists on the good luck round, so let's get to them. Coming up first, our resident superhero in the building. This incredible poet always finds a way to make space for others, whether it be poetry games, publishing, whether it be movie night. This poet always finds a way to get poets involved. I like to call her the daughter of Krypton, the one and only Finn Bell in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
It's always great to see you too, Elemental. Hello, my lovely poetry family. It's good to be back on Thursday. Almost missed it. So the other day or earlier this week, I had the pleasure and honor of featuring with David Leo Serwa in his own open mic, which happens on Tuesdays. Please do check it out. It's called Spoken World Online. I wanted to do something really special for him, so I did my whole set as a presentation. So unfortunately, I'm not to theme, but I would like to share one of the poems that I did present. It's something that you guys heard here before, but maybe it might bring something, some extra element of it with the presentation. So I'm going to share screen. If I may, Ron, my darling, if I can share screen, please.
Please go right ahead.
Okay, so this poem is titled Spinner. Please do let me know if you could see it. Thank you. I want to witness myself today, easing into a soft realization at first, a grace entry into meeting with reality. I breathe and see my chest rise. I breathe and hear the sound is a sigh inward, released with a steady wind. I feel my shoulders lower, not sag, not admission of defeat, acknowledgement of what is and what cannot be. Apologies, it's not going. I know the fiber of me loving, craving, wanting is last bit of connection, snagging, but I do not yet know where I pick and tug at the correct thread and be done. I am Hephaestus to a vanity. Where'd it go? Apologies. I set this up a while ago and I don't know why it's delayed. If it doesn't go well, I'll just do the poem. Come, please. I am Hephaestus to a vanity that I would forge something pure. It would be the sorcery of what carved you protection, smoothed out hurt, brought love, a guard, the new foundation. Yeah, this is going to take forever, so I'm just going to read it off. If it doesn't cooperate with me, apologies. I watched the wood as it built up and righted itself. I braced along with it, curved to its will. I was there to press my back into it, hold it up, carry it. I am Atlas now, weary, back warped gratefully. I was there, weaving the cloth out of thin air from conception, a whole careful metered out preparation of making two parts one, a practice of halt and restart and halt at your pace, at your command. We began by soaking a raw love, coded in hesitation, rinsing residual of relationships past, clinging, stubborn, staining fingers, sudsing a wish of something envisioned, brand new again. My heart too soft, awash to corrode. We move to and are swallowed in the enormity of carding the wool of me, of you, of us, hoping me here, spindle wand, goddess generous, you, distaff of the fates, manipulating beginning, middle, and end, me here, still twisting, nettled thread. Hoping we could spin it beautiful, spin it love, hand in hand together. We were never meant to reach that endpoint. I am not Arachne, clever maiden, weaver of something out of nothing. I am not Arachne. I am not Arachne on my own. It is here. Only here we become a creature cleaved, a fleeting union. We, my ill-conceived twin flame, we are Arachne. I, the clever spinner of devotion, and you and your hubris will challenge the old gods. I am the fates now. I find where the thread gives way and sever my heart's sustaining cord. The unraveling of us, making one into two and separate once again, becomes certain. There's a process of stepping off the retaining frame and walking away. Thank you for bearing with me.
I don't appreciate you for giving us the poetry to the Lord of the Rings. I'm just saying. Unmute yourself, give it up for Finn Bell.
Yes. Always magical poetry. And your artwork that went along with it is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was so
Absolutely.
powerful that the computer couldn't keep up with it. You know, that was wow.
What you do, Ben Bell, what you do, you say the things that people are just like, wow, that's so beautiful, right? Some poets and artists depend on power and strength and the shock value of their words and their lyrics or limericks. But you have the unmitigated gall and fearlessness to put pretty in your words. If I was to say, I am Atlas now, no one would think that is pretty. But when you say it, it's beautiful, right? Making two parts one, like, right? The sorcery of what carved your protection. I know the fiber of my loving, like, coated in hesitation, right? My heart too soft. Who says that? I am not arcane on my own. Clever spinner of devotion. Sever my heart's sustaining cord. If folks could do that, your ex would stay an ex. Just saying. Thank you so much for what you do. I appreciate you, daughter of Krypton, for all that you do for poets, for our craft, for poetry. Please continue to do what you do. Don't be a stranger. Coming up next, this crazy garage poet here hangs out with us on, sometimes he's not even in the Zoom room, but he is mad active on the YouTube page, right? When folks are definitely connected to what we do, they will always find a way to plug in. The one and only Jeff Taylor in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It has been a while, but it is great to see you, sir. Please.
Yeah,
take it
always
away.
great to see you. Always great to see everybody here at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe online. Yeah, I do watch a lot on YouTube. I'll be at work and I'll just be watching it on YouTube. But I don't like to show my uniform on the Zoom room, so I'll come into the just watch it on the YouTube. Yeah, but I get my hoodie on now, so I do have a poem. I guess you can connect with me at This Is Jeff Taylor on Instagram or at the Garage Poets. I just started an online, in-person open mic. So if you're near Massachusetts, Malden, Mass, then that's Controverse Open Mic. We do in person at the public access TV studio. So it's recorded on Monday nights and then gets broadcast to cable TV on Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you ever we're right near Boston. So if you're ever near Boston, drop by and hit me up and we'll put you on to Controverse Open Mic. This poem has a little reference to a classic movie, so I hope it kind of fits in with the theme of the evening. It's called "Do Dinosaurs Know Anything About Surviving?" Yeah, I talk to CC a lot. Does the muse know anything about money? Do fathers know anything about Death Stars? Do bike lanes know anything about traffic? Does the rat race know anything about commitment? What do smartphones know about the golden rule? What do YouTubers know about the golden eternity? Do ninjas know anything about organizing my thoughts? Do broken pencils know anything about ADHD? Does water know anything about being dehydrated? Does time know anything about failure? Do sunsets know anything about nightlights? Do radios know anything about honest conversation? Do poets know anything about fire suppression? Do audio engineers know anything about the world being noisy enough? Do employers know anything about enlightenment? Does religion know anything about ghosts? Do elevators know anything about volcanoes? Do aliens know anything about airplanes? Do dinosaurs know anything about surviving? Does Bigfoot know anything about transparency? Do flowers know anything about climate change? Do activists know anything about earthquakes? Does the sky know anything about alarm clocks? Do wrenches know anything about getting likes? Do surgeons know anything about hacking? Do flat earthers know anything about real estate? Do washing machines know anything about sex? Does the Illuminati know anything about love? Does pop culture know anything about marriage? Does the local government know anything about being my ride or die? What do maps know about making connections? What does my reflection know about changing directions?
Yo, if this cat's name wasn't Jeff Taylor, I would think his name is Thomas Guide for what do maps know about making connections. This cat knows a little bit about it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jeff Taylor.
Yeah.
So that was outstanding, man.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Josie. Thank you, everybody.
I love it.
Do washing machines know anything about sex? Depending on where you live, they might know a little bit about that spin cycle. Just saying. Just saying. Is that Grasshopper back there? Shout out, Grasshopper. Shout out, Grasshopper. Shout out the baby. Shout out, Grasshopper. It's my guy back there. Do dinosaurs know anything about survival? Listen. Do bike lanes know anything about traffic? What do YouTubers know about the golden promise? Does water know anything about dehydration? Like, that is such a beautiful damn question, right? Like, does the sand know anything about the bottom of the ocean? Yes, because they all come out of fish asses. Does water know anything about dehydration? That's just, you know, like, do poets know anything about fire suppression? Shout out the vets in the building. Some of us do. All right. Does the sky know anything about alarm clocks? Does the Illuminati know anything about love? And what do maps know about making connections? That's gonna mess with me. Thank you, Jeff Taylor, because now I'm gonna be tossing and turning at 3 a.m. because I'm gonna be up anyway, wondering in my brain. Did the Illuminati know anything about love? I've gotten a few of those invites. I don't know if y'all have, but I've gotten a few invites from them. I'm like, what the hell? Well, me? Do you know who I am? You don't want me in your organization. Appreciate you, Jeff Taylor. Truly, make sure you are plugging in with Jeff Taylor, plugging in with the Garage Poets. All right. Anytime you can find a space to truly express yourself in a fearless, open space, please do. Appreciate you, Jeff. Closing out our evening, I saw the one and only great Deneen hanging out with him just a minute ago. But we are about to be delighted in our world's balance. This dude, I'm telling you, whether he is holding his instrument or not, he has been such a great balance to our lives for quite a few years. Joski, I have to let you know how much I appreciate you, sir, for being dedicated to who you are, for staying truly committed to who you are, being an unwavering pillar of our community, sir. I really cannot thank you enough. The one and only Joski C is in the building, folks. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. Again, shout out Deneen. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental, it's good to see you. Can you hear me okay?
It's coming through crystal clear, sir.
Okay. I had tons of equipment problems, so I'm doing it straight up. I just want to start by saying I dropped into my old haunt in Seattle last night. Shout out the Skylark Cafe. Really happening, open mic there. And I was greeted with the news that my friend Taylor had died. Taylor worked there, and he was a consummate musician. We used to hang out and talk about music after closing. And they gave me this candle. You can't really see it, but it's beautiful. And it says, Saint Taylor, the jazzed monk. So I've got a few short poems, and thank you for including me. I'm going to start with a haiku that I just wrote. Not sure what it's going to be called yet. Chalk lines on the road, kangaroos who hopscotch truth, corruption wears robes. This is called surgery. I said to the doctor, I'm empty and cold. She peeped through the incision like a butcher's window, saw organs hung like frozen meats, shaved ice like rosé sleet piled beneath the surgeon's hands. She is shivering, uncomfortable, but I warned her not to diagnose the winter longings of the old. It was called 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds, just one bomb, dropped upon a family's home, fragments of a family's bones buried in the rubble. And lastly, another haiku. This is called Dead. Might as well be dead. Family no longer calls. Facebook post instead. Thank you.
Family no longer calls. Facebook instead. Facebook instead. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski C.
So very meaningful. Thank you so much, Josie. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Sending you loving energy.
Always good to hear from you, Joski. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Like, let me tell you, like we listen, our community is spoiled, first of all, because we have been delighted by some of the greatest, I say the greatest, and I do mean the greatest musicians in the world, some of the greatest writers in the world, some of the greatest poets in the world. Again, shout out Professor Platinum, some of the greatest educators in the world. I am so very serious about that. You are rocking with some of the most passionate people on planet Earth. Yes, I'm biased, but listen, Joski, again, as you said, you were rocking at the Skylark Cafe. Rest in peace to Taylor, right? Saint Taylor, the jazz monk. Like if that's not an eternal name right there, like, yo, you really can't do much worse than that. Like, come on. Chalk lines on the road, corruption wears robes. Listen, corruption sounds like women not having the right to choose what they do with their body. Just saying. Peeps through the incision like a butcher. Come on, man. And 2,000 pounds, you said just one bomb. And for the next few years, like you said, they are sifting through the rubble for fragments of a family's bones. Damn it, Joski. You do what you do very well, sir, and I appreciate you. As I say each and every week, some people do this, but we do this. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you all for sharing your Thursday night with us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're rocking with us. I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every ounce, each and every jewel of energy that you have shared with us. You make this thing work. All right. Make sure you are plugging in with everything the Nuyorican Poets Cafe does. Make sure you're hanging out for a couple of minutes. We are going to rock into the cipher for a few minutes. I thank you all so very much for rocking with us. Make sure you're plugging in with everything the Nuyorican Poets Cafe does. Make sure you're plugging in with every single poet that you see on the screen this evening, because each and every one of these creative beings is striving and struggling and is fearless in sharing their truth with you. Trust me, if you don't know what's going on in the world, Plug in with this community, and I guarantee you'll know what's going on. And we will end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity, as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, good people, peace.